Okay guys, today I'm gonna give you 10 facts about me. I grew up in a small town called East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, about 30 miles south of Boston. I went to college in Rhode Island, and then post-college I moved to Boston. I went to San Francisco. I went back to Boston, then to London, and then to Portugal, and I spend my time now between beautiful Portugal and sunny Tampa, Florida. Okay, a fun fact about me is, believe it or not, I grew up playing ice hockey. Who knew, right? People ask me all the time, how much travel do I actually do? Well, I can say that last year I traveled over 200,000 miles. I got my first cat, believe it or not, when I was 18 years old. We didn't have cats growing up in my household, but I actually always loved them. So when I had my first opportunity, I got my first cat. What's my favorite food? That's really hard. I love everything. There's really not a food that I don't like, but I think if I would split my time between Italian and Mexican, I love spicy food. So those two cuisines probably top my list. Oh, wow. So my favorite TV show, movies. My favorite movie of all time, I'm gonna have to say, is The Goonies. And I think that's a generational thing. It's one of the movies I grew up on. It's a classic. My favorite series of all time, I would have to say True Blood is one of the most groundbreaking series about vampires. It's a bit weird, I know. And then I'm a super fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. Hi RuPaul, it's time for me to be a judge on the show. Let's go. What odd habits do I have? Well, I'm very particular on the type of fork that I like to eat with. Is that weird? I think it's kind of normal. So in addition to all my cats, I also share my life with Chesley, who's a beautiful Cavalier, King Charles Spaniel. Isn't she beautiful? She's just over a year old. And then there's also Tiago. You guys will meet him at a later date. Where do I like to go on vacation or a holiday? Well, I mean, now I live in paradise in Portugal, so we don't travel much during the summertime. I don't know if you guys know, but I live in a big pink mansion, which is kind of fun. We'll show more of that later. But I've spent a lot of time in South America. Colombia was one of my favorite countries. Mexico, Peru, Brazil. Obviously, all around Europe, especially on the Mediterranean coast, is always where we end up.